Welcome back to another episode of Accelerate the Great. I'm your host, Nehemiah Davis, and today we have a super duper dope episode coming for you. As I say it to you guys over and over and over again. I searched the world to find some of the brightest, some of the best entrepreneurs in this space. And every single time I'm bringing you someone who's dope, someone who's amazing, someone who really knows their craft. And today is going to be no different. Today I get the opportunity to bring my good friend Nikki here. I call her like a social media expert. She's a content expert. She put out so much content, not only for herself, but her clients. And it's just amazing. So she's someone who shares content advice with me, say, hey, you should do this, you shouldn't do this. And I listen and it works. So of course I had to bring her on the podcast. So without further ado, I want to bring in my friend, content guru, and just all around amazing businesswoman, Nikki, to the podcast. What's up, Nick?
What's up? I appreciate that. Appreciate it so much.
Hey. No, happy to have you here. How's your day going?
Can't complain. Always working, and I love it.
It don't stop. So I noticed that you always grinding. What makes you keep going? Because a lot of people, we get in this entrepreneurship space and we chill sometimes. I know you always just putting out content. You always just pushing. It's just like work. You're not the type, you finish when you're done. You did a video for me. You was like, I said, you did it that quick? You're like, yeah, I just work. I get it done. So what is the mindset behind just getting it done over and over again?
For me, there's two things. It's my circle. The great thing about my circle is that I always surround myself with people who are, some are in my level and some are way higher, right? So there's no settling for me at all. I always have to feel like I have to catch up. And then when I catch up, I'm still not where I need to be because there's still someone over me. And I don't like that so much. And two, there's always someone trying to take your spot. And so for me, like I said, I'm a competition person. And I took the assessment, and based off my assessment, I'm a super competitive person. And so no one ever is going to take my spot. I always outwork everybody. That's always been my mentality since I was young. And so I just keep on going until the job is done. And majority of the time, the job ain't never done. So I'm with it.
Yeah. And I like that concept. It's almost like you don't have a finish line. It's always just about self-improvement. And I think I got it from David Shands, who we both work with. And it's like, mentorship is like a sandwich. You should have people way above you and people under you. And you are in the middle, which one, you're pulling up the person under you, as well as you're striving to get to where your mentors and stuff are at. Right. So I'm happy that you kind of touched on that. Yeah. So we're in an age where content is so important. I was actually listening to one of your lives and you was like, man, people are literally making a full-time income from social media. And this wasn't available years ago. It was hard to literally make a full-time income from maybe just one platform or let alone social media. Yeah. How did you get into producing content? And I want to talk about how can we help other people start monetizing and making their content work. But how did you get to this point where you are now? So
in my head, I'm a big storyteller, right? And one of the gaps that I always found is that people have a message, but they don't know how to visually show it, right? And show it right. Like if we remember back in like the 90s, early 2000s with music videos, you would listen to the song, but see the visual, and it like sometimes didn't really make sense, right? That was starting to happen with people's content as well. So it was as simple as like, okay, let me show what it's actually supposed to look like. So with me starting, people say it as like mashups, where I took E's voice and mashed it with something that was actually happening. So if E was talking about like, oh, you need to grind, you tired, and you need to pick yourself up, I would find a clip of somebody tired, like on a bed, like I can't get up. And so matching at exactly what he is saying to what is being shown on the screen was really big to me. And so that's how I kind of got started. I would always post it in Breathe University, which is his online platform.
And who is E, just for anyone, because we didn't put no content on it.
My fault. Yeah. So the #1 motivational speaker, Eric Thomas, is who I work with right now. And that's who I'm referring to as E.T., the hip hop preacher, whatever you want to call him. Super dope individual. If you haven't looked him up, look him up now. You can get off this podcast and look him up and then come back to it. But yeah, so I started off doing that and taking what people want for his brand. People wanted to just see more of E. Like they were cool about the TGIMs, they were cool about the events, but people wanted to see more of E. And so that's what I did. Now, kind of to transition of helping other people, you know, I saw that people wanted to know more about people. We do fall in love with brands. We do fall in love with certain stories and everything like that. But in the day and age that we're in, we really want to connect with the person. We want to feel like it's relatable. And so with all the people that I've been helping, whether it's my followers or clients or anything like that, the biggest thing I always tell everybody is create content that people can relate to, people get value from. You know, we always get so in depth with like what I feel my brand should be. People should know about this, and they're not really paying attention to what really people really want. So for example, with E's brand, they were so focused at first about promoting TGIM and events and promoting in TGIM and events that they weren't seeing that, yo, I need motivation in the morning. I need that oomph. I need that kick in the butt. And so what did we start doing? We started taking clips from the TGIMs, from the events, the things that they were promoting, and make them into 30-second clips of just pure fire in the morning. And people started being like, oh, this is the first thing I have to, it's like my alarm clock. I have to watch it every single time. And so people need to really dig in to see what their followers, what their future clients, whatever they want to call them, what they really want from them, and just provide them with that. Because if you don't, you're missing the mark, and you'll never get the followers, you'll never get the engagement, you never get the comments that you want, because you're only thinking about what you think people want and not listening.
That's key. That's good. So what's the step to identifying? How do you identify what do your audience want? Like, I want to put out content. Like, I want to be able to give my audience what I believe they want. How do I know? Like, how do a person find out what to give their audience?
It's very simple. Asking. It's really that simple. You could literally, there's several ways, right? So you could do it the kind of the discreet way. Instagram allows you to do polls on stories. Facebook allows you to do polls on the actual main time feed. Twitter allows you to do polls and everything like that. So you could do it like that by collecting data as simple as like, hey, do I do more do I do more videos about how to grow your social media or how to build content? What do you want more from, you know? And do a poll like that. Or you could literally do a video like, look, I'm tired playing with you guys. I want to give exactly what you want. And so hit the comments below. Tell me what you want to know more about me. You followed me for a reason. I want to provide that. It's not about me. It's about you. Something as simple and organic and raw as that actually gets a lot of engagement, because it's not about you. It's about catering to your followers, and people will eat that up and provide you that information. You just got to ask.
Wow. And it's super simple. That's one of the things I mentioned, like ask. You have not because you ask. Now, a lot of us had the answers directly in front of us, but we don't ask. So similar, just to add, guys, so step one is literally create an Instagram poll, Facebook poll, ask your audience, what do they want to see more of from you? Like Nick, when I'm creating a course or a program, I'm thinking about it. Hey, what do you want, guys? I'm thinking about doing an event-based program or the youth program, teaching them how to start businesses. What is more important to you at this moment in your life? If I have more people say the youth, guess where I'm going to go, guys? I'm going to go to the youth.
Indeed.
One of the things I used to say, Nick, was, look, I don't make my decisions. I allow data to. Like, I like to ask you, hey, what do you suggest? And that's what I do based on, me asking. So now that we know that's step one, what's step two? What's the next step in the plan for building good content? Now that we know, hey, we know what to put out, what would you say is the next step? If we're trying to show someone on here how to start creating good content and then eventually being able to monetize it, what would be the next thing you would suggest to someone?
I would suggest understanding the level that you're on. Okay. What people tend to do is skip levels, and they'll go buy the most expensive camera. the most expensive audio equipment and everything like that, and they didn't even master their phone.
Wow.
Right? So what I always tell people is master whatever level that you're on. You have a phone that majority of them are 4K. Work on feeling comfortable recording yourself on the phone first, before jumping into a DSLR, before getting a videographer, an editor, everything like that. You need to know your own limits before giving it up or before upgrading to something that you're not even ready for. And it's as simple as, pressing record and just going in on it. It's as important as going on stories, doing 15 seconds. Some people are not even comfortable being in front of the camera. So you need to do little things like the 15-second joints, like maybe an audio message, things like that. Master what you have in front of you first and foremost when it comes to creating content, and then level up by your followers and your potential clients telling you that kind of information. Not when you think it needs to be leveled up, by clearly looking at the data, paying attention to the comments, and seeing when they want more from you.
Wow, that's good. That's good. And I appreciate that, because a lot of people are afraid to do little things like do a story, do a go live. Like you're missing so much money in just, not even just money, but you're missing so many opportunities being afraid to go live, being afraid to do the stories. How important, for me, Nick, stories are important.
Yes.
Can you talk about the importance of stories and why people should do them?
Of course, because we live in an age, and not to knock anybody, but we're nosy. We're absolutely nosy, right?
Yep. Yeah.
So we want to, and not only did we invest the time of following you, we want to know like what you're about, like why are we following you, right? Stories is an amazing way to show more of a behind the scenes of your life, exclusive deals, exclusive content, everything in a short matter of time. We don't always have 3-4 minutes to watch a video. We don't always have even 30 seconds to watch a video, to be honest with you, depending on how our lives are. So real quick, we want to make sure you're still good. We want to still get some kind of value from you. So stories is amazing right now, especially when you open the app, regardless if it's Instagram or Facebook, it's in the top of the app. It's the first thing you see. So a lot of people, it is crazy. I heard a stat today where 500 million people are active on stories right now. Not only are they active on Instagram, but they're active on stories, the same amount of people, right? So what that means is people are honestly, before they even start scrolling the timeline, they're scrolling stories. And if you stay active on stories, you are always going to be at the top of the mind. You're always going to be that first, second, or third person that they see. And so for a brand, that's really, really crucial, because you can add value and then sell them something or monetize it however you want to do it through your stories, because you're adding not only value through your timeline, but through stories. And so, but they only will invest in you and they only will continue to watch it if you are adding value to your stories and giving them what they want, which is who you really are. We love to connect with personalities, with swag and everything like that. And so if you're showing that on your stories, is crucial. Don't only show what you're eating. Don't only show this. If it's part of it, like Neo is great for it. Neo will always show what he eats, but it's based off the environment that he's in as well. Right. So it's not just him showing, because anybody who just jumps in his stories would think he's just this foodie. But look, he's in the Philippines. He's showing you the culture of the Philippines. He's in Thailand and all this great stuff. So it always has to tell, keyword, a story. Wow. It actually has to tell a story of your day.
Yep. And I agree. And also for me, Nick, I feel like people will base their buying decisions off of stories. I bought several things from stories. I know friends who I work with who've been doing stories for a year straight on, let's just say, in real estate. a year straight stories, never sold anything. Yep. But through this year of them actively showing their deals, showing what they're doing, now when they're ready to sell a product or a service, it is going to be so much easier because I've been watching you for a year straight. I've been watching your stories every day, creating content. Yep. Hey, I need help with my content. I'm going to Nikki. Why? Because I watched her for a year straight. And if you're listening to this, I want you to know how much money, how much influence, how much opportunities you are potentially missing if you're not doing stories daily. Like I tell people, hey, you should be doing about, and this is my philosophy. I think you should do 5 to 10 stories a day with several of them just showing your lifestyle, and then maybe with a sell or two every day doing a poll, just asking your audience, because you also want to get your audience accustomed to doing something like vote on the story, respond below. So now when you're possibly going to sell something, they might, okay, let me buy or let me share, let me do something. Yep. But if you're just only selling, if you're only using your stories to sell, I think you're using your stories all totally wrong.
Oh, for sure. Like, so I'll give a great example. So I was in the process of creating like the content planner worksheet that I was doing, and I showed everybody the process of it, right? So everything from how I used to write it in a notebook was on my stories, like this is my morning routine, to, hey, should I make it digital? I made that into a poll. Then I showed them me doing it digitally, and people, you get people to really feel involved and like they were a part of the process by you showing them exactly what you're doing. So when it was time to release it, right, and these for all the people who want to monetize their social media, is when it was time to release it, all those people who were following your stories, the second you say swipe up or click the link in the bio, there are instant sales. This is stories. This is organic, free traffic that only takes you 15 to 30 seconds to do, right? And I got crazy amount of sales just off stories. I didn't post it, and I did it on purpose. I didn't post it on my timeline right away. I didn't go live with it right away. I didn't go on any other social media channels. I wanted to do stories and to see the effects of it by taking them through that process. And that took, understand, I did it on purpose for like about a 3-week span, just so people could feel like they're going through a journey. If you do something like that with stories, understand people are going to continuously look for that story and be like, oh, okay, they posted it. Oh, okay. Oh, they're almost done. Oh, it's releasing tomorrow. Great. Let me keep checking. You get people invested in you through just showing them the process.
Wow, that's good. So show the process. I hope you got that and taking notes on that. Show the process. Mm-hmm. Right now, what's your favorite social sites and why? Like, do you prefer a specific YouTube over Instagram or do you use certain sites for certain things?
So I'm a big Instagram thing right now because it's the fastest growing social media, and it's not slowing down. Facebook is cool. Don't get it twisted. We all started there at some point, but Instagram is I'm a visual person, I'm a creator. So videos and pictures do it for me. And the way that they continue to add different features, like always evolving with the times, where other social media channels have kind of just stayed there or maybe added 1 or 2, doesn't really fit my lifestyle. I'm always about like the newest and latest and greatest kind of thing. So Instagram, for me, everything from where you couldn't even post videos to then you can only post a certain time frame of videos, to now we're at a minute, to now we could do a carousel of multiple videos, to now we do stories, lives, bring people in live. It's just always evolving. And so that always keeps my attention. And as a creator, it could show my story visually compared to other social media networks.
And it's crazy as you say that, you kind of said something to me. It tells us as people, we need to always be evolving. The exact same way social media is evolving, they're adding things, they're adjusting, they're making changes. We need to be focusing on adding things to our life, making changes, adjusting, moving forward. Similar to how Instagram is doing. Every single day is some sort of new change. And I think this is why podcasts and programs are important, because you get to add to yourself and make changes. So That was a great way to say it. What's some of your favorite apps that we can suggest? I know before you shared several apps with us that were amazing.
Yeah.
Just whether it's through hashtags, just some great apps that people can start utilizing today that can enhance their social.
So I'll name a few. Unsplash is a great app for me. What this app does, it gives you high definition photos from photographers so you can use for your content. So for all those who love doing quotes and need a great background, for those people who do videos and also need a place to put them with a great background, or some people just need content because they're running low on it and they need to just express a really great caption. Unsplash provides different categories, anything from gym to New York to social media, different little pictures, all taken by photographers who don't necessarily need to be tagged. Now, if you tag them, that's great, but don't necessarily need to be tagged. So this is great for content creation, and it's free. Another one that I've been using a lot is Adobe Rush, which is a new app from Adobe that is a lower version of Adobe Premiere Pro, which is their highest level of video editing. This is more of a simple version, and that can sync up with your computer as well. So you could take the project from your phone and go to your computer and continue it, and vice versa. And they have everything from great titles, transitions. You can do simple color editing, everything like that, and create different forms, whether it's horizontal, whether it's vertical for stories, whether it's square for Instagram and everything like that. It's just a great app. And for photos, I would say I'm a big Lightroom person, where you can take a picture from your phone and have it look like if it came straight from a DSLR. You can edit just like the top photographers, where you're changing the contrast, you're changing the shadows, the clarity, the vibrance, and this is all for free. I got one that if you're big on stories, like we suggested, story art is like my latest and greatest favorite app, and so it has different templates to put your pictures in. So it has like a paper kind of feel where it's ripped. You can put one picture up and the other picture on the bottom, and it looks like it got ripped. It has like a vintage kind of feel, a retro kind of feel, and this could be for photos and videos. It's not subjected only just to one, but it's a great app.
Got your story art. And what was the hashtag app? I know I really liked the hashtag app. What was the name of that hashtag app? It was just another great app that you could plug in, just say real estate, and it'll give you 30 relevant hashtags that were incredible.
So I got a better one from the last one that I told you. Okay. So it's hashtag expert. So for those who are downloading, because a bunch of things come up when you press hashtag, but it's called hashtag expert, and it's a red box with a hashtag in it that has like kind of a heart symbol for those who are really searching it right now. It's a great, it shows you the top trending ones. You are allowed to put a word in it, and it gives you one of those hashtag clouds. You could track your hashtags. It's a great app. I've used it, and I mean, I've gotten amazing results from it.
Wow. See, guys, tools. And these are all tools that you literally can start using today with not a bunch of tech skills. Because if you guys know anything about me, I need mine simplicity for me. So that would be something I suggest. Where do you think social media is headed? Like, what you think we should be preparing for anything? You think? I really think, hey, you can monetize social media. Now is the time to do that.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
What's some other ways you think people should be preparing to monetize? Because people just aren't monetizing. Like, I realize I'm spending about 2-3 hours a day on social media. Some days I'm monetizing, some days I'm not. But for those who aren't monetizing at all, I think, hey, we need to make some changes.
Yep. I wouldn't say more of what's next. I would say more of what's not slowing down. YouTube is still a killer. They put out this report saying that people from last year have doubled making 5 figures on YouTube. Now, mind you, YouTube's been here for a minute, right? And so a lot of people get scared to even do any YouTube videos because it's oversaturated to what people think, right? But there's still people who are making millions of subscribers, and people who are easily making 5 figures, even more. But I'm just saying it's doubled for those who are just literally just making videos, right? So long form videos are not going anywhere at all. Facebook Watch is definitely something that they're trying to really push lately, and Facebook is now giving a percentage for creators who are doing long form videos. So now if you do a 3-minute video, post it on Facebook, and you're eligible to make a certain percentage, they put ads in your videos and you make whatever kind of money comes back. And they're trying to start to reward creators and everything like that. Instagram isn't at a point where they're rewarding creators yet, but like I said, that sure should come. IGTV has made a change to where you can now see what IGTV you just posted on your news feed. So it comes up as a regular post. And the second they watch it, there's going to be a little icon that says watch the rest on IGTV. And it's very clickable, and you watch it right there. Video is not going anywhere. Absolutely not. You need to master your lane and get really specific, because what is oversaturated is those general lanes, those general topics. So fitness is super oversaturated. Entrepreneurship is super oversaturated. Even e-coms is oversaturated. But if you get real specific, like if we're talking about personal fitness, a personal trainer who only is for over 30 females who are pregnant or just gave birth and need to lose weight. You get real specific, and you give them those kind of videos over and over again, you will grab an audience in no time. And if you get really specific of what your videos are saying, it doesn't matter what you drop. There's no one else out there like you. So they're going to pay for it. Hence why, if you look at the things that have been hitting so hard, like the drop shipping with e-coms, that's been hitting because everybody's been so super successful. But that's going to start like, okay, well, what's now? So now you got to be like, I'm drop shipping in this particular area with only this product and this, that, and the third. You know, once you get narrow with that, with your short form and long form videos, you will be golden for the rest of your social media 2019. That's all I will say. I can't say for the future, but for 2019, you're golden, because some things are not slowing down. They're not adding anything super extra because people are honestly making money off of what's working.
Right.
So it's not no new platforms popping up out of nowhere, because why? Instagram's still killing it. Facebook's still killing it. Even Twitter is still on the top of its game. Like, it's just LinkedIn is starting to make a big wave now. So, and that's because they added video.
Yep, LinkedIn Live, I heard.
Yeah, they just, video is killing it. So figure out what you are comfortable with, because that's the most important part. If you ain't comfortable creating video, then don't, right? I'm never going to sit there and make somebody do something just because it's working. You also have to do what's comfortable for you, because if you're not comfortable, you won't commit. And so I want you to feel comfortable when it comes to this video and commit to at least a channel that you can stay consistent on.
Gotcha.
And rock out with that. And trust me, it'll skyrocket.
Any hardcore advice that was incredible advice. Any advice when you are actually filming someone and they like, oh, I'm nervous, or anything you say to them to really get them to take action? Because here's the thing about YouTube. Billie Jean, I was at a conference. She said, how many people are spending $100 a day on YouTube ads? No one answered. No one raised their hand. And basically he's saying YouTube is still so undersaturated. Like, a lot of people are running ads on YouTube, but not enough people are running them because most people are afraid to do video. Second thing is maybe they don't have someone to film the video. And so basically there's a huge market being missed due to all the people afraid to do video. It's so much money in Instagram Live, Facebook Live, but a lot of people are never going to get any of it because they're afraid. They're never going to get the stories because they're afraid. So when you actually have someone in front of you, anything that you're telling them like, oh, I'm nervous, Nick, I don't know. Is there anything that you say to kind of push them, or that we could do?
It's funny. I was on live talking about this not too long ago. It's not really what I prep them when they're in front of the computer, front of the camera. It's actually before it, and having them understand that we spend so much time looking at the competition, looking at other people, that we scare ourselves, and we don't even tell ourselves that we are good enough at the level that we're on, right? We are already above others because we became a creator. We took that step to say, look, I'm gonna get in front of this camera, where there's other people who are wanting to be like you. So though we might think we're on a level 1 or 2 or 3, whatever we are, we're not at a level 10. There's people at a level 0 that are waiting for your content, that are waiting to know how to get to the next level. But because you're being selfish and thinking that you're not good enough, you're now hindering them in not getting to the next level. It's not about us. It's not about you who are creating the content in front of this camera not being able to do it. It's really about those who really look forward and are looking for that content to get to the next level. We all have a story. We all have information and skills that need to be shared. And if we hold it back just because we're not good enough, it's really actually doing more harm than good. Not all these content creators, not all these influencers started with amazing transitions, amazing titles, amazing videos. They didn't start like that. So stop looking at something that normally takes about 3 to 6 years to do, and understand you're in your first month, your second month, your first year, and you're already ahead of the game compared to those people who are in day 1.
That's good. Listen, guys, start where you are with what you have. And that's good, because a lot of us will compare ourselves to an ET or Inky and like, they got a team of people that's grinding, that's behind them, that's pushing us out. This is, our phone is our best friend. I pull my phone out. That's all I need. I don't need all the extra stuff. So guys, realize that you are, like Nicky just said, you are so far ahead, but you got to say yes. You got to actually get started. So that's going to be a key. As we come to a close, Nick, anything else you want to share with anybody that you believe can help people? Ultimate goal is just, I want to give people the value that they need. And I believe on this podcast episode, we deliver great value of how to literally be able to grow, monetize, and build social media and generate an income from it. Anything else you want to share with them? And then I want you to talk about anything you might have going up or a way that people could support you. Definitely follow you, but I want to talk about that
for sure. The number one thing I always say when it comes to creating content is be yourself. We don't want to get so caught up with what's trending. There is an audience for every single person, every single activity, every single skill. Like, there's a YouTube channel of just people bashing things, taking a hammer and bashing things. And there's an audience for that. And so regardless of how big or small your skill, your story is, there's a story for it. So just be yourself and find that outlet, find that social media channel that fits with you. I don't pick what everybody is on, pick what fits for you. I know a person, Tiffany Montgomery, who only did Periscope, sold out her event only on Periscope. Mind you, who has heard about Periscope for a minute? No one. Like, wow. Stop using it, right? But she was still selling tickets well past when we all stopped and not even cared about it. Why? Because that's work for her. That's exactly what she was comfortable with. She had an audience, and so she just stayed right there. You don't always have to go to the next one, but I want you to just feel comfortable in your own skin when it comes to creating content. Be authentic and be very transparent, to be honest with you. Social media has been definitely known as a highlight reel lately.
Absolutely.
And so all people do is show their wins, right? If you be very transparent with your post, whether you, like I keep using personal trainers, but whether you are a personal trainer and you show a bad day, you couldn't lift the weights, you were actually tired, you couldn't
cheated on a meal.
Yeah, you cheated, everything like that. People actually will respect that and engage more with it than you always being perfect. So please, when it comes to content, it's really not that deep. It really isn't. It's you getting in front of your phone, you in front of your camera, and just actually being you. And that's all it takes. And you will see that people actually respect who you are, invest in who you are, whether it's through a follow, whether it's through a comment, a view, or even purchasing your products and services. But if you do not be you, that will hit a ceiling, and it won't get too far.
Yep, that's key. Whew, guys, a lot of gems being dropped. Please let everybody know where they can follow you across all social media platforms, as well as we'll drop it in the show notes. But I want you to be able to share that.
Oh, for sure. I'm everywhere at This Is Nicky, Nicky with an S. Okay. The website is beastmodedigital.com. The Instagram, Facebook, beastmodedigital.com. And we have amazing worksheets for you guys. For those who are just starting with their brand and with their content, we have literally a content planner to help you on your morning routine. Say what's dope that you do, what needs work, all the different social media channel execution lists, figuring out your client avatar, and even how to start your email list. Everything, and mind you, we're not hitting you over the head. These are things that are like $2. Yeah. We know everybody has in the beginning has a budget. Yeah. So we just want to provide you the resources, and so that's what Beast Mode has been doing lately. I'm on live on Instagram Monday through Friday, 9 p.m. Unless it's Wednesday, then I'm on 6 p.m. But yeah, just follow me and watch what I do. And listen, guys, wealth of knowledge. Nicky gives so much value and resources, and her work is incredible. So please make sure you follow her. As our podcast continues to grow, I want every guest to come back and say, hey, I got some value out of this. People followed me. People supported me. People booked me. So guys, please go follow. Please go support. Please book Nicky if you need any work done, and definitely go cop the worksheet. So Nicky, I just want to say thank you so much for the time that you gave to us, and I appreciate just the value you bring to the world means a great deal to me, and I'm sure it means a great deal to everyone who's listening today. So thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. And guys, so listen, this brings us to a close of another amazing episode. I pretty much say it every episode. The reason why I'm doing this podcast, because when I went to school, I was being taught how to become a business owner from someone who didn't own a business. I was having someone teach me marketing 101 who wasn't a marketer, right? So every episode, I bring you a practitioner, someone who's not just giving advice, but they breathe it, they live it, and they sleep it, and they dream exactly what they're saying on the platform. So I know everything that Nicky say, everything that any guests we previously had or will have in the future, they are good at what they do. So this is why I'm bringing it to you. This is your school. So I hope you are celebrating it great. I hope you're getting the value that we're delivering. And I hope you're utilizing this information to help you get one step closer to the dream life that you desire. So guys, with that being said, it's a wrap for today's episode. Please like this episode. Please subscribe. Please share and just rate it. We really want to push this podcast up the charts. And we want this to be the reason that so many people get further and closer to their dreams. Have a good day, guys. I'm out.